She still planned to hold a vote early next week on a bipartisan $1 trillion infrastructure bill.
We are on schedule. That's all I will say.
Progressive Democrats are threatening to withhold support for the infrastructure package unless a larger reconciliation bill is approved first.
Fox's Jared Halpern. Some Democrats are also angry at the Biden administration for how it's handling that massive camp of thousands of Haitian migrants at the border in Del Rio, Texas.
Haitian lives are black lives.
And Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley says since Black Lives Matter, the Haitians must not be deported, as some have and will be flown back, but not all.
DHS confirming to Fox News that, in fact, not all are being expelled. Many are instead being released in the U.S. with a notice to appear at an immigration office.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. It's not clear how many Haitians have been let in. America's listening to Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Let's take a look at your roads in Lee County. I do have a crash coming out for you on Daniels Parkway east at I-75, right where it intersects there. 2 right lanes are blocked off. I'm looking at our cameras. I can see troopers on scene. No updates on injuries, but we'll keep you posted. If you are heading that way, though, seeing major delays on Daniels heading eastbound. So if you are going that way, you may want to take another route. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News next.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday. Look out for a few showers closer to our coastal areas throughout this morning, then scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon. We should see the highest chance for storms mainly east of I-75 for our inland areas, though a few will be possible across I-75 and maybe even closer to the coast. Temperatures today pushing near 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, that storm chance begins to wind down, but once again, a few showers will be possible to kick off the day for your Friday. First near the coast, scattered thunderstorms again for the afternoon as we rinse and repeat with the high of 91 degrees. We keep it the chance for scattered storms into the start of the weekend, a little bit drier for Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis, sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Looking for a reputable HVAC service provider? 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating of Naples provides a high level of service and value to our clients. To learn more, visit onehourairnaples.com or call 855-1HOUR.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
You know, it is a lot of fun when you invite people over your house and tell them to drink out of any faucet that they would like, because you get your Pentair water system that is there. And as a matter of fact, even confidently saying, hey, check out the water diagnosis that I did here, and you can see for yourself. how fantastic my water is. Look, there's a big difference with Pentair water diagnosis that you will get with Pentair Water Solutions. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. My buddy Max is the best. Pentair uses the same digital testing equipment as the EPA to test that water. So you don't get some hardware store test tubes, dyes, and all that stuff. You can see the results printed out right in front of you. And for a recommendation that you can trust, you bet that Pentair Water Solutions has it. So why not give them a call, 239-880-7799, and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis now. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. Max is waiting. Give him a call now. Don't leave him waiting, okay? 239-880-7799, or book it online at pentair.com/FortM.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Look at us. Look at you. Jake is here as well. Well, Jake is here every day. I mean, you are one of the hardest working men in show business. I don't know if Jake has had a day off ever. Have you ever had a day off? Like, even when I take off, do you take off? I don't even know. I should know more about that topic, about how busy you are. So kudos to Jake. So if you wouldn't mind, just text the word kudos, and Jake will know it's all about him today. And it'll make him feel good. All right, speaking of making you feel good or making him feel good, I got some stories that I'm not going to really make many people feel good, but on the other side of it, we'll try to figure out how to digest all of it and actually come out better on the other side. I don't know how that's going to work. John Kerry wants to let everybody know that there are things in life that are not so good. And, you know, the fact that China and these camps and the Uyghurs and what they're doing and their human rights issues and buying solar panels from China, and John Kerry's like, whatever. I mean, sometimes, you know, you got to make bad choices. Did he really say that? No, he really did say that. It's amazing. It just pretty much blatant, right out in the open, letting people know how he doesn't really care. As long as he keeps his planes and his boats and his houses and whatever else and lives large, as the kids would say, then everything is fine. So there's that. Hey, how about an Iowa teacher who is giving opportunity for teachers' unions and others, maybe even here in the state of Florida, and how they and these teachers, maybe even that are here in districts in Southwest Florida, can get around the law, can kind of circumvent the will of the people who elect them and do things their way. And blatant. And there's another story about being blatant. I think the one thing we have come to realize quickly in this world is that the left, you know, your Marxist socialist Democrats, they really don't care anymore. They just do it right in your face, and they're willing to do anything and everything that they can to push forward their agenda. And they pretty much say, hey, come and get us. Make us stop. You know, you could just hear the laughter. Right in the background. Even just now, as I said that, I can even hear the laughter of certain individuals who love to do that to you and don't have a problem with it, and basically say, come and get us. So we've got some of that. And, you know, the reason why I bring this up is because not that we would necessarily, but politically speaking, yeah, we're going to come get you. You know, if people continue to flout the law and push in our face and say things like, hey, I'm just not going to listen to what you tell me as a school board or a specific teacher in a specific district across the country, or when it comes to immigration law and what you see is not really what you see. There's something else going on, that everything is fine, everything is great, and we're going to kind of push it in your face and just lie to you that no, we're not going to sit here and just take that anymore. Yeah, it's maybe there was a time and maybe a former president or a former administration or somebody that was around that led you to believe that because they were a Republican that they were on your side. Yeah, those days are over. We're going to be pushing back. So how about some of the pushback that's going on along the southern border? Hey, give Peter Doocy some credit, because that kid is not messing around there at the White House press briefings with Jen Psaki. And it's clear that Jen Psaki likes to, well, among other things, circle back.
I'll circle back.
Yeah, I know. Okay, she circles back. That's kind of getting old. We get it. All right, so she circles back, and we also know that she lies. And we also know that she's a blatant liar. And it seems like that is, like we said, the Marxist Social Democrats, that's the left in this country. That's what they do. And I know not every Democrat is a bad Democrat. I'm a Democrat, and I'm not a bad person. I didn't say you're a bad person. I'm just saying that the policies and the ideology that you have and your party has is really, really bad. Like, I'm talking detrimental to the republic bad. Like, I'm talking constitutionally dangerous kind of bad. That's all I'm saying. And you know, if you have a problem with that, you should leave the party. But anyway, I digress. So, you know, you've got Jen Psaki, who's pretty much blatantly in your face about what's going on along the border. And, yeah, we're just not going to give you the answers you're looking for. DHS Secretary Mayorkas on Capitol Hill yesterday, blatant, in your face lies. You know, because the border's fine, everybody. The border's secure.
Is the border more secure under your leadership than when you started?
Congressman, the border is secure. We're executing our plan, and I've been very clear and unequivocal in that regard.
Mr. Secretary, the question is the border more secure now under your leadership?
Congressman, it is no less secure than it was previously.
Really? Like, you're serious? Not once, not twice, multiple times, the DHS Secretary Mayorkas to people's face, blatantly to your face. What you see is not a problem. And even with, and recorded for all time, for the history that will be ahead of us, that people will go back in time. I mean, we can only pray as this country hopefully constitutionally gets stronger. And people will look back and go, man, remember those really awful times back in 2020, 2021? Remember the president that was at the time, Joe Biden, who wasn't really sure what a truth and a fact was?
We choose truth over facts.
Remember the DHS secretary and others just blatantly in your face saying, I mean, we've got the video. What were they thinking? What were they doing? Boy, they must have been really, and then you fill in the blank. I don't know, dishonest, corrupt. You can go right down the line. But the fact is that they're doing this right in your face. And everybody knows that the border is not secure when you have 14,000 plus people that are sitting in Del Rio, Texas, that are camping out there, which, by the way, I can only imagine what some of the conditions are like. You know, there are people that are complaining about the conditions. Here's something really strange, Jake the millennial. You might learn a little lesson here, and this is good for the kids, the youths of America. Here's this. If you go to an area that is wooded, maybe is off the beaten path, maybe doesn't have a direct road to a location, and there are no facilities to see, like a building or any kind of electricity or anything, would it be shocking if I were to tell you that the conditions that you set up a camp would be kind of like camping, which would be no electricity, no bathrooms, no running water? You get that, right? I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought in your life when you go camping, grab a tent, go out into the great unknown, go into the woods? Did you ever say to yourself, man, I'm just gonna pitch a tent right here, and let me look around to see where the spigot is for the running water, and I wonder where the bathrooms are. And do you ever do that?
No.
Okay. No. So is it safe to say that the location that we're talking about in Del Rio is the same way? It is. They don't have running water. They don't have facilities. It's, dare I say, it's not the, and when you have 14,000 people in a location, you know, it could get, and there's people that are complaining about these conditions. I mean, how could this possibly be? I just explained the whole camping reference to you. This is where they decided to stop in this location. Okay, anyway. The conditions are awful. It's clear what is happening along our southern border. So can we get some numbers? Can we get an idea of what's happening? The amount of people. Can we get some hard numbers from DHS? Is there anybody that could give us any numbers? You've got to know. I mean, if you're sending people off, the 350 or so, single males that have been sent back to Haiti, which is interesting because we're coming to find out now that a lot of them don't have residency in Haiti. They're not. They set up residency in places like Chile and other countries, and now we come to discover that that's why they don't want to go back. We talked about it yesterday because that's not where they live. Because they set up residency in a different country, which really changes their status, because if they went to a different country, many people going to a different country to get refugee status, and now they're trying to come here. You've already set it up in a different country. Boy, does that change the dynamic. But anyway, I digress. So how about some numbers? Can we get some?
Secretary Mayorkas has now been asked twice on the Hill, and he's not been able to provide an answer to this. So I want to ask you, do you have the numbers? How many Haitians have been deported? How many have been processed? And how many have been allowed to stay in the United States?
Yeah, this seems pretty easy. I mean, how many do we have here? How many are in the United States? How many have been deported? Can we have the hard numbers? I mean, you probably have these. I mean, it's not like you're just doing things haphazardly. I mean, that would be silly, right?
I certainly understand why you're asking, and understand why people have been asking Secretary Mayorkas. Those are numbers that are the Department of Homeland Security would have the most up-to-date numbers.
But why is it so hard to keep track of a simple number like that? Why can't you give it? Why can't he give it? It's been 2 days now he's been asking.
Well, give it to us now. I mean, it's been a couple of days. How hard is it to keep track of this? This is not Peter Ducey. This is a different reporter. So this is one of the friendlies, right? This is one of the friendlies asking the question.
Certainly will provide it. It's an absolutely fair question to ask, and I'm certain he just wanted to have the most up-to-date numbers to provide.
Yeah, that's it. They just want to get you the most up-to-date numbers. So he's got it. He'll get it to you. It's been 2 days. We've been asking him. He won't give it to us. So then Peter Ducey has to step up. And, of course, he's the angry bunch, right? I mean, so Peter Ducey's not a friendly. So he's asking the same question.
Thank you, Jen. Just following up on this very basic but very important question. Mm-hmm. You're telling us that the DHS chief has the most recent numbers about how many of these Haitians under the bridge have been sent back and how many have been released into the U.S. The DHS chief is telling us that he doesn't know. So who else can we ask?
Yeah. Can you give us an answer? Who do we... And here's the thing. It's in your face. It's blatant. It's like everything else with this administration. It's like everything else with Democrats. It's like everything else with the left. Come and get us. I mean, we're not going to tell you... We're not going to give the answers that you want. And not only are we not going to give you the answers that you want, we're going to make you chase us to get the answers, and then you can't trust us to believe what we're giving you is true. So now what?
You can certainly ask the Department of Homeland Security. I am confident, Peter.
He says he doesn't know. What do you mean ask them? Stop reading off for just 1 second.
He wanted to have the most up-to-date numbers, and we will venture to get you those, I promise you, this afternoon.
Is this an issue of not knowing, or is this an issue of a lot more people are being released into the U.S. than are being sent out?
That is certainly not the issue. First, I think it's important to reiterate what I conveyed earlier.
Okay, and then she goes through, this is our policy, and let me go through and filibuster for a whole long time, so I give you this big, long answer so you can't answer us back. There are a lot of things that are happening right now in this country, and we have to recognize them. The first is this. The left in this country doesn't care what you think anymore. The left in this country doesn't care about the rule of law anymore. Quite frankly, the left in this country doesn't care about the Constitution anymore. And I can prove it. I'm going to make all kinds of cases like that today. They just don't care. So what do you do in a country where you have one party who, by the way, at the moment is just teetering on being the majority party? I mean, they're just a few seats away from losing it, and they know it. And that's why so much is trying to get pushed through early, right? But what do? Can't tell you how many times I've talked to people and have had this conversation. And look, if you're not going to follow the laws in your city, in your town, in your state, in your country, then you don't have one. And this is what they're doing. When we come back, we'll give you what has been the big talk from yesterday afternoon. And if you heard it, then you'll know where I'm going here when Peter Doocy is asking the question of Joe Biden. I mean, has the guy even been to the border? I'm not even talking about his president, vice president. We're talking ever. Has he ever set foot anywhere near our southern border at all? How does Jen Psaki answer that question? So we'll play that coming up. The latest poll numbers for Joe Biden are awful. Talk about a nosedive. We're talking about hairy legs at the pool, corn pop diving. I don't know if that's not a thing, is it? Is that, you see where I'm going there with a? No, okay. Yeah, the swimming pool and corn pop and you don't remember the whole corn pop,
I got hairy legs.
You don't remember any of that?
Yeah, I do know.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, anyway, his poll numbers are really going down. But how much? You may be surprised. More word on the former president of the United States. How close is he? My fingers are thinly spread apart to pretty much saying it that, he's running in 24. And again, we will get to this morning. What is going on with our kids, with our universities and schools? How blatant now are unions and teachers and boards, school boards, in pretty much thumbing their nose at you, or maybe they're using a different finger to project exactly how they feel, but it's a family show. You can use your imagination. When it comes to the laws that are out there that are put out by, let's say, a governor of the state of Florida, and what you're supposed to do is a part of education, and critical race theory, and the things that you're allowed to talk about and not allowed to talk about, and how they're getting around that. Yeah, the examples are there. You need to hear it so you recognize it, so you understand that it's out there. We'll have that coming up too. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's, where you can watch anytime you like. And thank you for subscribing to the podcast. Just go to where is your favorite location? Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, just type in Drew Steele, you'll find us. And the website also has a link. Stay Break 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
You've heard of the Impossible Burger. Now get ready for Impossible Pork. The company that makes the plant-based alternatives will launch the pork version today at a restaurant in New York City. 6 United Airlines employees sue the carrier over its vaccine mandate, claiming it failed to make reasonable allowances for religious and medical exemptions. Facebook's chief technology officer, Mike Schroepfer, plans to step down next year. After 13 years, he'll become a part-time senior fellow. The move comes as Facebook faces intense scrutiny over how its platform affects society. And stocks rallied after the Federal Reserve said it would raise interest rates as early as next year. The 3 benchmark indexes all gained 1%. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Presented by Lamis RV of Fort Myers. Get out and go to the RV show at Lee Civic Center. Go for top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Integra, and more. Go for a massive selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Go for huge discounts on every RV in the show. Go for free admission and parking. Go to RVShowUSA.com. Then get out and go to the air-conditioned RV show at Lee Civic Center in Fort Myers, starting Thursday.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The winning ticket for the $432 million Mega Millions jackpot was sold a block away from our studio at Pronto Pizza. When asked what they'll do with $432 million, the winner said, hey, it's New York City. I'm going to move from my studio to a one-bedroom. Come on.
I saw the signs all over the place. So the Mega Million, 432 Mega Million, Mega Lapappuccino, I don't know what we call it now, but the Mega Million there. So $432 million sold in New York. Why are you shaking your head? Jake is just upset. How many times did you try?
I don't pay the dumb tax.
How many times do you get sucked into that where it's like, you look at the sign now and it says $20 million and you're like, call me when it's at 400 because 20 million is just not enough to even bother. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Being the most experienced, Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida has conducted many FDA studies since 1971, including the first to perform laser cataract surgery, multifocal lens for cataracts, HD lens for distance clarity and accuracy, genetic screening for macular degeneration, the studies for implantable contact lenses, and dozens more. A world of better vision is right here in Southwest Florida. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida, clearly the right choice.
Swing into sizzling savings at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Play 18 holes with cart for just $25 every day after 2 p.m. through October. Also, sign up now for the SETI Cape Coral City Championship and Roger Dean Chevrolet Pro-Am coming the weekend of October 15th. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance and get your tournament details at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie.
Bro, I love this song.
Me too. It's the perfect soundtrack for picking out Winn-Dixie's guaranteed fresh produce.
So refreshingly fresh.
Know what else is music to my ears?
What's that, my Win-loving twin?
Opening up my app to see we've earned so many points.
That all the groceries in our cart are free.
Winn-Dixie has the best quality and winning rewards.
I love the sound of that.
Winn-Dixie.
It's a win-win.
Terms apply. See store Winn-Dixie.com for details.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Some updates for your morning drive. We did have a structure fire early this morning coming out of Lehigh, Alabama, where it intersected with Pyramid, was shut down for a period of time. So if you are headed that way, expect some delays as you're going down Alabama, heading southbound, especially there. Also, Daniels Parkway, where it intersects with I-75, seeing a vehicle crash there, so 2 right lanes blocked off. If you are headed that way, expect some significant delays, especially eastbound. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday. Look out for a few showers closer to our coastal areas throughout this morning, then scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon. We should see the highest chance for storms mainly east of I-75 for our inland areas, though a few will be possible across I-75 and maybe even closer to the coast. Temperatures today pushing near 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, that storm chance begins to wind down, but once again, a few showers will be possible to kick off the day for your Friday. First near the coast, scattered thunderstorms again for the afternoon as we rinse and repeat with the high of 91 degrees. We keep with a chance for scattered storms into the start of the weekend, a little bit drier for Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I've been told once that I'm the most credentialed mold investigator in South Florida, which kind of makes me a nerd in this business. When your air conditioning guy is talking to you about mold, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to sell you a solution that probably won't work. When you hear about ultraviolet lights and the duct cleaning, you're listening to somebody who has no idea how to solve a mold problem. If you want real answers and real solutions, give me a call at 239-482-1542 because I'm actually an expert and have the training and credentials to back it up. I won't sell snake oil solutions, and I'll tell you the truth. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. That could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 10/3/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
TrueSteel.com, the website. Steel has 3 E's if you want to watch the program. We always appreciate that. 239-479-5592 if you want to call in, text. And thank you for subscribing to the podcast. Coming up in just a second, Peter Doocy pressing Jen Psaki on the President of the United States now or ever, in any capacity. Has he ever visited the southern border? That's an interesting question. You'd imagine that would be an easy, that's a layup, as the kids like to call it, right? Isn't that what the kids say? It's a layup? Or is it just everybody and the kids?
I don't know. Some people can't make those either. So.
All right, well, yeah, that is true. What do the kids say, Jake the Millennial? We should have a Jake the Millennial moment to make sure that we're up on the vernacular and everything else going on. You know what I mean when I say vernacular, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're off to a good start. If you were going to say it's easy, something's easy. Cake. Okay. So the kids use cake as that reference.
Just cake.
Okay, it's nothing else.
Cake.
Like there's no.
Nah, it's
I'm not gonna
cake,
go
just
on.
Cake.
Okay, I'm not gonna see something on TikTok where somebody's gonna say something and I'm like, I have no idea what, and I have to go ask my 12-year-old. Or ask you. Cake would be what would be said.
That's what I would say.
Okay. Well, if Jake would say it, I mean, we stand firm with our decision. Jake says cake. Okay. It's a point I'm trying to make.
Or easy dub is another one.
See, that's different. That's different than cake. Why didn't you say that first? That's where I was going with this.
Yeah, that was probably better.
Yeah, that was a lot better. Or worse, as the case may be. It just depends on your perspective.
Do you know what that means?
No, I don't. And we're moving on. Okay, just stop. So here's the thing. Joe Biden's in a lot of trouble if you're talking about his poll numbers. And if you're talking about anything that's positive that's coming out of this administration. And how do I know? Some poll numbers are out there. We're going to talk about that in just a second. I mean, it's Biden's America. It's where it is. It's a Biden's America. Poor kid. All right, what do we got? Here you go. Little nosedive here in the polling. Gallup has a midweek poll that they just released, and his approval ratings have hit a brand new, spanking new low. The positivity towards the president right now is down 6 points since August, 13 since June. 8 months into a term that has been described as. Well, is there any positive news at all? Again, I always ask I always ask to see the evidence that somebody would give us, a Democrat, a Republican, Independent, Charlie Crist's Whig Party. I mean, anybody that could come out and say anything regard to one single solitary thing that Joe Biden has done as a positive in his presidency. And so
breaking news,
a bombshell. Oh, wait, this just in. No mean tweets. So we have that. Okay, good. We got no mean tweets. Everything is fine. All right. Yeah, so here it is. For the first time, a majority, 53% now, disapprove of Joe Biden's performance. And this was done between September 1st and the 17th on the other side of the massive failure in Afghanistan. And we all know about that. And it's just been going down from there. So what is it that could possibly happen? What could he possibly do that would be a net positive? Anything at all. Not even net. Like just positive. His approval rating is not only tumbling as in general, but it's also tumbling specifically with a key Democrat voting bloc, Hispanics, at least in the Lone Star State. How about that? In Texas, where you would have us, and a lot of people would have us believe that the numbers in Texas, certainly, what's been going on, and we see what's happening along the southern border, and the plans going along, just perfect. It's like that. It's like a French chef. Oui. It's with that gesture they do with the lip thing. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, I'm not talking about that one. Yeah, there's one where you kiss your fingers, but there's also that other one with the side thing. You ever see the side thing, or is that with that gesture? It's like, oh, that is awful. When you think about it, is that if you can't speak French, but you're trying to explain to somebody a gesture that you're making or a sound that you're making, or to sound French, you go, is that what they do? They just walk?
I don't think so.
No, I've been to Paris.
No, they did on the Rugrats.
Okay. Well, life is about the Rugrats. Yeah, I've been to Paris on numerous occasions as a Ute, and I can tell you, I never walked around and heard people go, Wasn't anything like that.
I've never been.
Joe Biden's approval rating among Hispanics in Texas is 19 points underwater. And it's not going to get better. This idea that there are people that are sitting, any demographic, anybody looking and seeing what's happening along the southern border and going, that's a positive. Hey, that's good. I'm all for that. No, nobody is. Nobody is. Nobody wants to see the destruction of a republic, of a country, and certainly what's happening along the southern border, because people care about their safety and security. It's not just about, hey, a check mark in a box for a vote. Yeah, there's a little more to it. And they know it. Well, both sides know it. And then you have, yesterday, Peter Doocy asking Jen Psaki about that southern border and about Texas and, the southern border specifically. I mean, has the guy ever been there at all, ever?
Has President Biden ever been to the southern border?
In his life?
Yes.
I will have to look back in my history books and check the times he's
been.
Can
I just stop for a second? Again, when we go back to the cake, the layup, what was the other thing that you said?
Easy dub.
The easy dub. Please tell me I didn't just cuss in a weird way.
Win. Easy win.
Easy win. Did you just say, is that what you said? Easy win?
Yeah.
What did I say? Oh, but easy. Okay.
It's shortened.
Okay, listen.
Vernacular. Remember?
Okay. Stop it. This is a slam dunk. This is a slam dunk for Jen Psaki. Of course he's been to the border. He's been vice president. This crisis along the border and issues along the border and immigration, we've had this forever. One of those wedge issues that neither party necessarily wants to get rid of because it sure brings people to the polling place. Gosh, did I say that? Yeah, I did. I'm just putting that out there for, just to be fair to both sides. Because, that's, I'm fair and balanced. Actually, you know what? I'm really not necessarily. I'm fair, and the balance part is a whole other issue. When you talk about the balance, I'm not interested in pushing leftist, Marxist, communist agendas. But anyway, the point is this. You have a wedge issue here. You would imagine that somewhere along the line in Joe Biden's life, he would have had a snapshot along the border just for a photo op. It's a layup. It's cake. It's whatever Jake said. It's easy. Yeah, he's been to the border. Of course he's been. He even visited once a long time ago. Maybe when he was in his 20s. Nope.
southern
We
border
have been
nothing
looking all morning, and we cannot find any record of him visiting the border as president, vice president, senator, or even as a concerned citizen. Why would that be?
I can check and see when the last time or when he may have been. But tell me more about why you're asking.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Tell me while you're asking, so my brain can start. I'm starting to, it's like starting up from zero. So I can get my brain functioning, so I can figure out how I'm going to spin out of this and filibuster you so that you'll go away. Please tell me more. Like, why are you even asking this question?
This is a president who makes a point when there are disasters in this country, like a wildfire or a hurricane, to go and see for himself firsthand what the needs are of the local community so that he can have an informed POV to make policy. Why doesn't he do that? Why doesn't he go down to Del Rio, Texas, and see what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, why not show up there?
Well, first of all, Peter, I think the situation at the border is the result of a broken system. And the president certainly relies on his experience.
Well, wait a minute. Okay. So it's a broken system. It's somebody else's fault. He was just given this. I mean, he hasn't been around. He's never been a politician. He just showed up on the scene. It's somebody else's problem. But again, then she goes on to filibuster. It's like, so what? So what? It's a broken system. I thought he was trying to fix. Oh, wait, maybe it's because Kamala Harris is trying to fix it. Yeah, I know, that is a joke. Yeah, where is the vice? Have we had a vice president, presidential sighting anyplace? So there you go. She spins out of it by saying, listen, there's a problem here, and it's been inherited. But what does that have to do with not being at the border? Peter Ducey's he's good. Kid is good. And it's a great point. But you don't have to worry. And this is the exciting part, everybody. You don't have to worry because somebody is going to the border, and guess who that is?
Reverend Al Sharpton is going to the border tomorrow to see what that looks like, if people are actually being able to get asylum who's here.
You're not going to get Kamala Harris to the border anytime soon. You're not going to get Joe Biden as president of the United States to the border anytime soon. But guess what, everybody? No worry, no fears. Reverend Al Sharpton is on the way to the border today. The Rev is on his way to the border. Oh, boy. So, yeah, it's predictable. But why is Reverend Al Sharpton making his way to the border? Well, when we come back, we'll have the answer to that. Because maybe you're asking, maybe you probably already know where we're going with this. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have that answer coming up. And some audio to back it up, because Maxine Waters had a couple of things to say about a narrative now that is being pushed, basically a lie that's being pushed, but they're going to keep running with it because there will be enough people who don't pay attention the way you do to the news and don't listen to shows like this and are informed that will run with whatever Maxine Waters says, which is not a net positive for the country, let's just say. So we'll have that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Let's traffic. Let's find out what's going on right now.
Good Thursday morning. Some updates for your morning drive. We did have a structure fire early this morning coming out of Lehigh, Alabama, where it intersected with Pyramid, was shut down for a period of time. So if you are headed that way, expect some delays as you're going down Alabama, heading southbound, especially there. Also, Daniels Parkway, where it intersects with I-75, seeing a vehicle crash there. So 2 right lanes blocked off. If you are headed that way, expect some significant delays, especially eastbound. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, other than a few showers throughout our coastal zones for the rest of this morning. Look out for more scattered thunderstorms drifting primarily from west to east throughout this afternoon. Heavy rain, lightning, especially possible for our inland zones and along I-75, with temperatures reaching near 90 degrees. We cool things down to 74 as we head into your Friday morning. Few showers possible again in the morning, with more scattered thunderstorms for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Lusk Drasites in Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk Dray Sites in Telesano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk Dray Sites in Telesano. ldtlaw.com.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here for my friends at Britt's Carpet Outlet. You may have heard me talk about their luxury vinyl plank flooring. It really is the most versatile floor that you can buy. First, this stuff could take whatever you and your family can dish out. I know my wife and I can vouch for that. It is totally kid-proof and pet-proof, so spills or accidents will not be absorbed into the floor. And it's waterproof, making cleanup as simple as a paper towel. Now, second, Britt's offers luxury vinyl plank in literally hundreds of colors and styles to match any decor. Light or dark oak, cool modern grays, even simulated barnwood. Bring a scrap of fabric or slipcover and you'll absolutely find the perfect match. Now, Britt's always features great low prices. You can compare and see for yourself. Plus, now through October 1st, Britt's offers 20% off all regular price carpet and flooring to all active and retired first responders. See the store for details. Shop Britt's Carpet in Fort Myers and Cape Coral, and make sure you tell them that Trey sent you.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. Bro, I love this song. Me too. It's the perfect soundtrack for picking out Winn-Dixie's guaranteed fresh produce.
So refreshingly fresh.
Know what else is music to my ears?
What's that, my Winn-loving twin?
Opening up my app to see we've earned so many points.
That all the groceries in our cart are free.
Winn-Dixie has the best quality and winning rewards.
I love the sound of that.
Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win.
Terms apply. See store Winn-Dixie.com for details.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast at drewsteele.com. You can go there to do it. Oh, I was going to get to Kevin's call, but all right, Kevin in Naples. If you want to call back, Kevin, that's fine. Let's see. We just mentioned before the break that it looks like Joe Biden has never been to the southern border at all. Peter Ducey was asking the question of Jen Psaki can't come up with an easy. It's a layup. Of course he's been. No, he's never been. And we're still waiting to find out what's going on with Kamala Harris. How's she been? Everything okay? She's fine. So now we come to find out that the Reverend Al Sharpton will be making his way to the border. So Reverend Al Sharpton's going to the border, and the President of the United States not making his way to the border. And why is that? Well, it's obviously because, and if you don't know, it is because partially to do with, I'm being told, something that Maxine Waters talked about yesterday. You know, the Border Patrol agents controlling these Haitian migrants, and the conditions are worse than what we witnessed in slavery. That is Maxine Waters' quote. She said it. Of course, this debunked idea that they were using whips. Did you see the Border Patrol using whips on horseback against these illegals that are trying to cross into the southern border? We come to find out that they were reins, and they're trying to keep people away from the horses. They're trying to keep those individuals safe, because if you ever been near a horse and it gets angry, and you know this bad things could happen. But no, that's not what it was. So Maxine Waters yesterday, in the pouring rain in Washington, D.C., gets out there on a microphone and says,
"What the hell are we doing here? What we witnessed takes us back hundreds of years. What we witnessed was worse than what we witnessed in slavery."
All right, so there you go. If you could hear it, what we witnessed there is worse than slavery, everybody.
And we're saying to the president and everybody else, you got to stop this madness. And I want to know, in the first place, who's paying these cowboys to do this work? They've got to be gotten rid of.
Okay, that's the Border Patrol. Do you really want to ask who's paying the Border Patrol? And then she says, what did she say at the beginning? She said,
and we're saying to the president and everybody else, you got to stop this madness.
Wait a minute. Oh, gosh, who is the president of the United States right now? I mean, it's not Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump is doing this, right? He's the one that brought Border Patrol over there to whip people, and it's worse than what we witnessed in slavery. I mean, you see what's no, that's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden. The Biden administration is doing. Boy, it's a really odd kind of position to be in, because you want this, you see this evil, awful thing happening, which really isn't what they're saying it is, but you see this evil thing happening, but it's your president, your party president. It's everybody's president, but it's Joe Biden, president of the United States, the head of your party, who's doing this. So it's kind of, so what you're saying is that they're the ones that are. Oh, no. It's about Border Patrol. The Border Patrol is evil. And who's paying for those cowboys? Who's paying for the Border Patrol to be there? That's a lot of questions there. Somebody should answer them.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Call National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Call National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG, or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Sales desk, this is Marty.
Hey, Marty, it's time to get paid.
Paid for what?
Paid for your trade.
Okay.
Victory Lane Chevrolet is paying over book value for trades, and Florida drivers are cashing in.
They're paying over book value for trades. I get it, okay.
Correctamundo, Marty. Used car values are worth more than ever. It really is the best time to trade.
Why would I pay over book value? Tell me that.
Well, why do you overcharge customers for new Chevys?
I don't overcharge.
Okay. Enjoy your new Silverado, ma'am. Get paid for your trade at Victory Lane Chevrolet and get over book value for your trade. Plus, during truck month, receive a $1,000 accessory cash allowance with your new truck. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
All rebates to dealer offers do not combine. $1,000 cash accessory is for GM parts only. Expires 9/30/21.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right, all along.
Some Haitians are being allowed in. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and the latest controversy at the border.
Of all of the president's screw-ups, there's not a single one
greater than the crisis at the border.
Republican Senator John Kennedy. Some Democrats are also upset, demanding the Biden administration stop deporting other Haitians as some are being flown back from a camp of thousands of migrants under a bridge in Del Rio, Texas.
As DHS now confirms, they are releasing some Haitian migrants into the U.S., saying in part, quote, individuals who are not immediately repatriated are either placed in alternatives to detention, detained in an ICE facility, or released with a legal document, either a notice to appear in court or a notice to report to an ICE office for further immigration processing.
Fox's Bill Malugin in Del Rio. How many Haitians are being let into the U.S. is unclear. The FDA has approved COVID vaccine boosters for those who got Pfizer's version, a third dose for anyone over 65 and those younger with greater health risks and those in jobs at high risk of COVID infection.
The Biden administration had been hoping for booster shots for all adults, and there are still regulatory hills to climb before any of those third shots go out. Advisors for the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are debating, and some of them aren't convinced yet that boosters are needed.
Fox's Jill Nato. The U.S. will donate 500 million more Pfizer doses to poor countries. Now, the FBI and other law enforcement will this morning resume searching in Florida for Brian Laundrie, a person of interest in Gabby Petito's death. He has been missing since last week when his family says he went there for a hike.
There are a lot of doubts among law enforcement about whether Brian Laundrie is even in this nature reserve. One former FBI agent tells us he highly doubts that Brian would be able to survive in here so long.
Fox's Charles Watson in Venice, Florida. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Taking a look at the roads in Cape Coral Del Prado, seeing some slowdowns as it intersects with Colonial after you get off that midpoint bridge, both north and southbound on Del Prado. Seeing a few delays there. Also on Veterans Memorial Parkway as it intersects with Santa Barbara near Cape Coral High School. If you're going eastbound on Veterans, also seeing some delays. Also in Lee County, we're still watching a crash on Daniels Parkway. Seeing some major backups, 2 right lanes blocked. So if you are headed that way, expect some delays. That's your Wink News traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday. Look out for a few showers closer to our coastal areas throughout this morning, then scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon. We should see the highest chance for storms mainly east of I-75 for our inland areas, though a few will be possible across I-75 and maybe even closer to the coast. Temperatures today pushing near 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, that storm chance begins to wind down, but once again, a few showers will be possible to kick off the day for your Friday. First near the coast, scattered thunderstorms again for the afternoon as we rinse and repeat with the high of 91 degrees. We keep it the chance for scattered storms into the start of the weekend, a little bit drier for Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Abbott Hill in Naples is your one-stop shop for every aspect of your remodeling and renovation projects. Their team is committed to providing innovative solutions with the highest quality products. Abbott Hill offers from modern European style to furniture-grade, authentic, handmade old Amish cabinetry. Each piece is made with the highest quality solid woods and traditional construction methods for your new kitchen, office, entertainment wall, vanities, and built-ins. A large selection of unique porcelain tiles, including top designers like Roberto Cavalli and an exclusive collection of large format slabs and tiles from Versace Ceramics.
Hi, I'm Peter, the owner of Abbott Hill. Please come see my showroom located on 5880 Shirley Street in Naples or call 239-260-5246.
If you're in the market to update your kitchen, bathroom, or floors, Abbott Hill is offering free kitchen design consultation and 20% off countertops with the purchase of kitchen cabinetry. Abbott Hill, returning the quality of yesterday and leaving you smiling for years to come.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
He raids your fridge.
You're out of brada.
Borrows your car without asking.
Scratches? What scratches?
He's your brother-in-law.
I'll pay you back.
He takes what's yours, and there's nothing you can do. But when identity thieves want to take what's yours, you can do something. LifeLock by Norton monitors your info and alerts you to potential threats. If you become a victim, they can help fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using promo code NEWS.
You've been hearing about Key City Capital for the past 3 months. They've been actively investing in income-producing real estate for over 10 years here in Southwest Florida. If you're like most investors, you're looking to achieve strong returns in your investment portfolio, but don't want to take aggressive risk. Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal and have been since inception. For over 10 years, they've generated consistent double-digit returns for investors without risking a penny of their principal. They can do it for you, too. Key City Capital would like to invite you to a free dinner and informational event at the beautiful Country Club of Naples at 6 p.m. on Thursday, September 30th. Come be their guest for an enjoyable evening. Learn about their real estate-backed strategies. To reserve your seat online today, go to kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com. Thursday, September 30th, 6 p.m. at the Country Club of Naples. There's no charge for the dinner or the information, but you must reserve your seat in advance at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
If you think vaccines alone will protect you from COVID-19, think again. More breakthrough cases of COVID variants show that vaccinated people are still vulnerable to the deadly disease. To be safe, monitor regularly for fever, as it's the leading sign of COVID-19. Use Exergen, the only thermometer scientifically proven to detect fever. And beware of non-contact devices that miss 5 out of 6 fevers. Remember, vaccines are not enough, so protect yourself and your family with the Exergen Temporal Scanner. Learn more at Exergen.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program. So, do we have a couple of myths that are being debunked? Is that the way to put it? As the administration, as Nancy Pelosi, as the left in this country wants you to believe that the January 6th incident situation that took place at the Capitol, orchestrated by the former president of the United States, that it was an insurrection. We're talking about an armed insurrection to take over this country. I mean, it's an absolute abomination, and the former president is responsible for this, and we got to set up commissions. We got to have them. Here they go. They're going to start sending out subpoenas. Yesterday, the news came out that the subpoenas are on the way. These commissions are going to take place, and there's nothing you can do about it right now. It is full steam ahead because everybody knows that it was an insurrection. We've got all the evidence to prove that it was. Really? So were the feds forced to release some information that would cause this narrative to crumble? Well, apparently that's exactly what took place. And we're going to get into that in just a second. And on the heels of that, listen, we've got, this is important. And a lot of this you already know, but we've got to dig into this. Look, we've got a crisis of trust in this country. I've said it many times, and I'll continue to say it. And it shouldn't be this way. It just shouldn't. You know, there are simple things that are going on in our world. Well, they should be simple, but they're not. They're exaggerated. They're taken to an extreme. There's situations across the board, whether it's all about the culture. Let's just put it this way. Things that are happening culturally that we're told are very simple. And at one time, it was a very easy situation for us here in the United States. Everybody knew about their personal freedoms and their liberties that are granted to them in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and our rule of law and everything that is out there. And that if there was a situation that somebody felt like was outside of their constitutional rights, then by all means, we want to hear about this. But to suggest that people are going to be forced to do things, to say things, to be in positions that otherwise would be outside of that, and that one would benefit where one would lose their rights and freedoms, we got a problem. And I bring that up because culturally, we're going to talk about a few things going on this morning We're certainly going to talk about this Iowa teacher who is giving voice to what many people in this state, some school board members, and definitely teachers' unions are doing to circumvent laws across the country when it comes to critical race theory, when it comes to teaching students, whether it's at university or whether it is in middle schools and high schools, that they will be the ones to make the decisions as to what they want to do, and the laws be damned. That's just the way it is, that they will do it. And if you think what I'm saying is outrageous, like, are you suggesting that there would be people out there who know that there's a ban on the teaching of critical race theory, that people are worried about their family and their friends' kids, that we're raising a generation to be racist, to look at this country and our Constitution as all the institutions that are bad, that need to be torn down because of our evil history, and that because we're trying to protect that and keep that away from our kids because it's just a lie. That we have a teacher that is proudly saying how she's going to circumvent the law, a ban on teaching critical race theory. She's figured it out. She figured out a way to do this, to get around it. Now, I'm going to play the audio later on coming up this morning, and I want you to hear it. I kind of teased it yesterday, but I want to play this because this cuts right to the heart of everything that's going on in this country that's wrong. And it's all coming from the left. And it's simple. It's that in your face, we're not going to listen to what you do or what you say, excuse me. We're not going to listen to what you say. We're not going to follow the laws. We're not going to follow the Constitution. We're not doing any of this. Come get us. Just come get us. Come stop us. You're not going to. And not only that, we're going to tell everybody. We're going to telegraph it. We're going to let everybody know how we're going to do it. And then you keep an eye on how many people in this community in Southwest Florida, how many people here pick up on this and run with it. I tell you this because you need to be aware of it. You'll hear it coming up in just a little bit. And it's quite shocking. Like, something has to happen to this teacher. Either has to be terminated, it's violating laws. So that's coming up. And then even on university, you realize on universities right now, there was a campus free speech survey that came out, a widespread college student survey. And wait till you hear what kids on campuses support. And let's just put it this way. It ain't good. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't say ain't. The kids are listening. So all right. So valuable lesson for you kids. Don't listen to Jake. Jake, he does that all the time. And then look what happened. It's rubbed off on me.
Ain't gonna hurt you.
See? So before we get to all of that, listen, the feds had to do something because they were forced to do something, because that there are brave souls that are out there. There are individuals, and may I say this, there are individuals in this community. There are people that show up day in and day out, show up at school board meetings to hold people accountable. There are people in this community, groups that get together, Republican women organizations and groups of individuals that come together to learn more, to find out more about what is happening in our state and our community federally so that they can make a difference, to do the right thing. People that go out and do the hard work of finding out and talking to individuals and really getting a message out. It's amazing what people do in this community and across the country. And you have organizations that are going out and trying to get through the Freedom of Information Act, the information that we need to make decisions on all kinds of issues, and then find out the truth. Why is it that the federal government has made it so tough to get surveillance video, to see footage of what happened on January 6th? Why? Why has it been like pulling teeth? By the way, if you're a dentist, I apologize. For you, it's easy to pull teeth. I know how you do it. I've been a part of that. Some of you do it the right way. Some of you yank teeth out. I don't know how you do that. Have you ever had a dentist do that? Like yank a tooth out?
Not yet.
I hate to get off on a tangent, but boy, many years ago, I had a dentist pull a tooth out of mine, and it was just, I'm just going to give you a couple of shots of Novocaine and crack, 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 and that's it, pulls it out. Like, is that how you do that? You just kind of crack, crack, and off it goes?
You're still here. It worked out.
Well, I'm still here, but look at me. I'm a mess. My body's breaking down. I got a belly. I got a chest that right now is challenging some women for girth. I don't even know what that means. I'm sorry. We've really gone to a bad place. Should we take a break now? Because that was really awful. Look, I might be. No, don't take a break. I'm just kidding. I may have put on a few pounds, and I know the word man boobs. Stop it. That's where I was going. Is that okay? Wow. And this was serious. Why is it so hard to get these videos? Well, now we have them. And now we probably know the reason why. So, prosecutors lost the fight to keep a set of January 6th Capitol surveillance videos under seal. Well, BuzzFeed put out these videos to say, here they are. Here are the insurrectionists. Here's what you see in the video. You see open doors and people walking through. You see individuals walking through peacefully. It's like if somebody opened the door to a brand new museum that you've never been in your whole entire life, and you were looking around and you grab your phone and you're just looking in awe and you're walking around and you're taking selfies. That's what you saw. Snapping pictures of the architecture, just looking around in a building that you've only seen in movies and in snapshots, but you've never been to. That's what it was. Trespassing. Yeah, you could say that. Is this me projecting to you or saying to you that it was fine, it was no big deal, that it certainly was not a problem that took place on Jet? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a far cry from what you've been told, and you can see the video for yourself. It isn't like an insurrection, people coming in armed with guns and guns blazing, and they're ready. It's like a Rambo. It's a scene from... No, it's not a scene from Rambo. And again, I'm not justifying it, but what I am saying is something that's very simple, that we have very brave, bold people out there that are getting information, that are, through Freedom of Information Act and from asking questions and being persistent, are getting the answers that we need. And that the left right now, and Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, and these committees that they're going to set up, and the subpoenas of individuals and phone records and everything else to try to make this a setup like the Trump-Russia collusion hoax. You know that this is a setup because all the evidence shows to the contrary. And more of that is coming out. And you can't hide it. You just can't. If people were going to be arrested on the Capitol for taking selfies, there'd be a whole lot of them. I didn't see a whole lot with selfie sticks, which I don't think that's not a thing anymore, right? The selfie stick is gone. Is that it? Are we done with selfie sticks, or are we still?
It's actually a valid question.
Yeah, it's an excellent question. It's one that's not asked enough. Are we done with selfie sticks? Because there was a time when they first came out that, remember, they were banning selfie sticks at like theme parks and stuff because people were like, hey, look at me. And then it hit somebody in the head.
People walking off cliffs with them.
People walking off cliffs. I don't know what the situation with the stick of selfie is. I have no idea.
Still in the air. We'll circle back.
Okay, we will. You set me up for that one.
I'll circle back.
Okay. But then there's another issue here that's very important and serious. And that's our good friend Julie Kelly, who writes at American Greatness, amgreatness.com. She has an article that you have to read. And it's about the FBI. And again, it's this crisis of trust. Here we go again. We're told and it's an insurrection that was never an insurrection, that everybody keeps talking about and saying and parroting, and it goes on and on. You have a political party that is going to continue to talk about this, even though we know the facts, we see it for ourselves, we know what the truth is, and they're going to run with this narrative and continue to do this because politics. And then we're told to trust the institutions that surround this. We're supposed to trust our politicians. We're supposed to trust all of the letters, the FBI, the CIA. We're supposed to trust all of it, the NSA. Every drop of it, we are told that we have to trust. And you're not giving us the trust. The FBI's incurable rot. Bureau is an institution with no shame, no remorse, no accountability. There's no fix. This is Julie Kelly's article, and I encourage you to go to amgreatness.com to read this because it's important. It starts off, I just want to read a little bit of it, but it starts off talking about what happened just last week. And if you missed it, the Senate committee and these horrible tales of what happened to the gymnasts, right? The U.S. gymnasts, the USA gymnastic team, and how they were sexually abused, and several female gymnasts came forward to talk about the longtime physician and what they were doing, and the fact that the FBI ignored evidence that the team doctor, Larry Nassar, was a predator, a sexual predator. They were told of this information, and they did nothing with it. And as she started to describe this, piece by piece, the Trump-Russia collusion fiction. Now we find out about Michael Sussman and Perkins Coie and how all of this overlaps. The law firm that was working on behalf of Hillary Clinton met with the FBI's general counsel in September 2016 to plant a false story about Donald Trump's financial ties to a Russian bank. All of these things come together. And the games that the FBI has been playing, these political games. How awful it is for those USA gymnasts and what they have to live with for the rest of their lives. And at least 40 women and girls, including some of the youngest victims that were assaulted. The FBI had information on this, and they didn't do anything with it. Then they talk about FBI Director Christopher Wray. He publicly apologized for all of this, the fundamental errors that were made in the case. Wray told the Judiciary Committee that it wouldn't happen again as long as he was the head of the agency. But the whole Nassar and the USA Gymnastic case, it's not an outlier, as Julie Kelly is describing. From the top of the command chain down, the FBI has trashed its reputation through a series of scandals. It's not just that. The text between spousal cheats Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, the ambush of General Mike Flynn in the White House, Comey's use of the shady Steele dossier to set up Trump, Andrew McKay's lies to his own FBI investigators. It's not just those. 17 of errors, to be exact, found in the FBI's 4 unlawful FISA applications on former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. Or the official email doctored by a top FBI lawyer, cited as evidence on one of the applications. As seen in the alleged plot of kidnapping of Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Lowlifes populate the FBI's rank and file. One special agent, Richard Trask, in charge of the investigation, was arrested in July for physically assaulting and choking his wife after attending a swingers party. He was fired this month, numerous criminal charges. Prosecutors decided not to use Trask as a witness after his social media account revealed numerous, get ready for it, everybody, anti-Trump posts, including calling the president a piece of, and I can't repeat that. It goes on and on and on with no accountability. And I bring all this up to say this, and we're going to go to a break, Jake, and it's this. There are really brave, bold individuals that are out there right now who are doing extraordinary things. Not asking for credit, not taking credit, just doing it because they care about this country so much, because they care about the rule of law so much. And you may think going to a school board meeting is something that is, it's trivial. It's not. You may think that talking to your friends and neighbors about all of the things that I'm describing to you today that you hear on this station throughout the day is trivial. It's not. And that we're not going to just sit back. And 22 is around the corner. And when we come back, there's even news on that, the state of Florida. There's some pretty big things that are happening right now behind the scenes that are going on that are really important. Like, I don't know if you know this, but things are radically changing when it comes to the amount of Republican registered voters in the state of Florida as compared to Democrats. I don't know if you know this, but it's pretty important. We'll talk about that coming up and more on the way. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
I'm Lois Tomey from Wink. As Wink continues the fight to feed hungry families, we also focus on our culinary community. It's our yearly celebration, Wink Taste of the Town. Good food for a good cause. This year, dozens of local restaurants will fill Centennial Park November 6th and 7th. Tempting treats, tasty tipples, live music, and family fun. Will your restaurant be part of this tasteful tradition? Sign up at tasteofthetown.net. Wink feeds families of all kinds. Wink Taste of the Town. It's all in good taste.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have two choices, Storm Shield and all the rest.
The aesthetics of the appearance from the outside and the inside is just amazing. But it's quiet. It's really quiet inside, and it's made a huge difference in our energy consumption. My name is Dee Channel, and I have 100% confidence in Storm Shield products. On a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be 10 plus.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. My wife and I made a decision to replace our windows. Storm Shield windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield Windows and Doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, "If you have any trouble, just call Poppy." Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in? when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors. My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Americans 65 and up and people considered high risk are approved for Pfizer's coronavirus booster shots by the Food and Drug Administration, but Centers for Disease Control advisors are still discussing it.
The panel plans to recommend whether to proceed with Pfizer vaccine third doses for one or more at-risk groups, or perhaps delay any decision to seek more evidence. Some panelists feel the dosages of the 3 vaccines now are enough.
Fox's Grinnell Scott. Homeland Security confirms to Fox some Haitian migrants who snuck into Texas are being let go and told to appear later at an immigration office. Fox's Bill Malugin reports.
My Border Patrol sources on the ground working here in Del Rio tell me what they're doing is basically releasing any family units and any women who are currently claiming to be pregnant. We're told just about 5,000 people are left over in this camp right now. That is significantly decreased from what it was on Saturday, about 15,000.
America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Taking a look at the roads in Lee County. I do have a new vehicle crash coming on Daniels Parkway and 6 Mile Cypress Road just after 41. So if you are headed to or from 41, expect some significant delays there. I pulled it up on my map, see a lot of flashing lights and troopers on scene. Also still watching a vehicle crash in Lee County on Daniels Parkway East at I-75. We had 2 right lanes blocked this morning, so just expect some delays. Starting to clear up a little bit, but still some slowdowns out that way. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday. Look out for a few showers closer to our coastal areas throughout this morning, then scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon. We should see the highest chance for storms mainly east of I-75 for our inland areas, though a few will be possible across I-75 and maybe even closer to the coast. Temperatures today pushing near 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, that storm chance begins to wind down, but once again, a few showers will be possible to kick off the day for your Friday. First near the coast, scattered thunderstorms again for the afternoon as we rinse and repeat with the high of 91 degrees. We keep with a chance for scattered storms into the start of the weekend, a little bit drier for Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. They could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 10/3/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and 1 voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only. Get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and a fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. My name is Drew Steele. Hi. That's Jake right over there. Jake's a millennial. He says hi. But he's in the middle of doing something very, very important. It looks like peeling apart a piece of plastic to separate the plastic from the Slim Jim. Good for you. Is that your breakfast this morning?
Yes.
Once again. By the way, did you see the picture that somebody sent? Thank you for that. 239-479-5592. The text that somebody sent to you yesterday, they went to a gas station to enjoy a pickled egg in your honor.
It was a hard-boiled egg, but it's...
Oh, is that what it was? It wasn't pickled? Oh, that's not... Yeah, the pickled egg phenomenon is not going to catch on because of us, I could tell you.
You've never eaten a pickled egg?
We're not going through this again. We've already talked about it. No, I will not approach a jar with a liquid that I can't identify at a gas station that has eggs in it. It's just not going to happen. There are certain things that will never, ever happen in my life. And I'll be just fine without that. It's all right. Stuff happens.
Well, do you eat boiled eggs?
We're moving on from the eggs. Forget the eggs. I just had some this morning, but it's pickled. There's a difference. If God meant for us to eat pickled eggs, then he would have. Well, I really don't have a good answer for that. It's because that's not even fair. It's not a fair analysis. All right. Once again, 239-479-5592. You know, there's a lot of unfair analyses that are happening right now with regard to the governor, Ron DeSantis, because you know how the left does it. They want to go after him. I just noticed on Twitter that DeSantis, is trending in politics on Twitter. He is the most trending right now name. And I wonder why. Why is this? Well, there's a lot to take in from the past couple of days. You may have heard that the governor named a new a surgeon general here in the state. And as you can imagine, the left is upset because, he has some things that he says that has upset people. And from what I hear, I'm reading some of the headlines. Health experts speechless as DeSantis taps anti-mask vaccine skeptic. No. That's not what it's about at all. But they're going to make it sound just like that. And CNN, DeSantis names doctor skeptical of COVID-19 measures as Florida's newest state surgeon general. And look, there are a lot of things that are taking place now in the state with a governor that is not going to sit back and is not going to allow the left in this country, and certainly those that politically want to harm him, to dictate what is and isn't, not only in the state, but when it comes to the science and the data and the thing that they reach out to the most or claim to when it comes to especially something like the vid. There's a new rule that they've issued now, allowing parents to decide something that they should be able to decide for themselves. That is getting people quite upset. We'll get to that in just a second. But first, some of what the governor said yesterday, and a lot of people taking notice of this, that has to do with the media and politicians for pushing what he calls a noble lie. What about the issues of natural immunity for recovered COVID patients? This idea that, well, let him say it here.
But I think this is important with natural immunity and why people in these experts have tried to act like it doesn't exist. Because, and I think you were going to ask this question, they think if you tell people recovery from COVID provides strong protection, that some people say, I might as well just go get infected. I have that. And I don't think most people would do it. But even if someone does, you have to say the truth to people. You can't tell noble lies to try to get them to behave in a way that you think you want them to behave in. And
can I just stop there? Is he right? Is he right? Again, we go through this many times, that the politics at play here are awful. The suggestion that we as a state requesting 70,000 vials of monoclonal antibodies of Regeneron, only to be told by the federal government, who's in control of it now, that, you're only going to get half, when others aren't even asking for it, because it's about equity, And knowing full well that it saves lives, and what would be on the other side, because if you don't have something that will save a life as a therapy, then what's the alternative? I think you can answer that. And what about that? As he says, this noble lie that's being pushed. Right?
And so we see that time and time again on this issue of natural immunity. Clearly, if this wasn't something that was durable, you'd have massive reinfections by now. And so that's just the reality. I think if you look at what's going to mediate future waves, that natural immunity is going to be a huge part of it. We have a lot of people who are vaccinated and they're getting infected, mostly mild. That is building immunity effectively as well. But I think Joe understands, no noble lies. You tell the truth on what the data is saying. You don't, and the same thing with the treatment and the antibodies. Part of the reason when I rolled out the antibodies, we were in the midst of a wave, okay? People like Fauci said if 50% were vaccinated, you would have no more surges. We had that. In fact, our seniors were over 90%, and yet you see admissions going up. So what do? And people were saying, well, most of these people aren't vaccinated who are being admitted. True, 100%. I wish that they had been. I think many of them probably wouldn't have been admitted. At the same time, when you're in the midst of a wave, you can vaccinate immediately. It doesn't kick in for weeks, probably 6 weeks after that. So what are you going to do to help people in the meantime?
And what you do is you do therapies like the monoclonal antibodies, which this governor did. Again, he's so spot on. Stop telling these noble lies. And the facts are the facts. The science and the data, and saving lives is what's important. Something else that's going on in the state of Florida, very important, we're going to get to in just a second. Fred's out in L.A., wanted to weigh in on all of this. What's up, Fred?
Yeah.
Hi.
I was just wondering if in the medical community,
Mm-hmm.
like with Fauci and others, if there's a conspiracy to transmit the COVID?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think so, Fred. No, I don't think so. Hold on one second, Fred. Yeah, no. You know, the most important thing to recognize, Fred, and for other people as well, is since the beginning, all we've asked for is the truth, the facts, all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. We have to be able to handle all of it. All of it. We need to know all the science and the data on masks, the science and data on the therapies. How about the Regeneron and others? How about ivermectin? I know you're not allowed to use that. Well, what about it? I mean, if it's saving lives, and why are we not? And people don't want to believe the other side of that answer because it's harsh, it's awful, it's not humane, it's not compassionate. And the governor brings somebody in who is looking at all of this and is speaking honestly and frankly about what is happening. We find out now also that there's some more that's happening here in the state. That the governor's new COVID rules for Florida schools give parents the option to quarantine kids or not. The Surgeon General signed off on new emergency rules that give parents a choice on whether to quarantine their kids after exposure to someone who tested positive for COVID. The child can continue in-person schooling without quarantining as long as they're asymptomatic. And everybody's beside themselves. They're absolutely beside themselves. I mean, the left is. How could you do this? And there'll be challenges, and you know, like with the masks, you know how it goes. But again, following the science and seeing what happens specifically with the numbers. Who was it that sent me? Somebody sent me yesterday from Fox News that you do realize that since the beginning of the year, there have been more children who have died in Chicago from the shootings in Chicago than there have been who have died across the country due to COVID. You do realize that, right? Why are you bringing that up? What difference does that make? It makes a big difference. I mean, what are the numbers? What are we talking about specifically? These things matter. The numbers and the science and the data matter in all of this. And it's not about gotchas and one-upsmanship or anything like that. It's about the fact that at this point in time, we want our liberty, we want our freedom, and we also want all the information so that we can make the right choice for our family. Stop with anything else. By the way, there's something else that's happening interesting in the state of Florida. You may not have known about this. You know, we've talked about the state of Florida being very purple. You know, not being very confident about the fact that the state's conservative. Yes, we have a Republican governor and legislature, and you know, when it comes to conservative values in the legislature, that's another story. Remember, just because you're a Republican doesn't mean you're a conservative. Can I say that again? Just because you're a Republican does not mean that you're a conservative. You betcha. But anyway, having said that, what's going on with the numbers here? You know, according to The Hill, something's going to happen here in the state of Florida that has never happened in the history of the state. Democrats are facing a myriad of issues like fundraising gaps and other things that are going on compared to the GOP. Voter registration now is changing. And the Democrats have had voter registration gains, or at least the numbers on their side, forever. You may not have known this. 700,000 more registered voters in the state of Florida that are Democrats as opposed to Republicans since 2008 is now changing. And as we speak, in the state of Florida, it's just over 23,000. So you're hearing this? Everything that has been happening here in the state of Florida. Elections, how close they've been in 2018, and you know, this idea that you got to be careful in certain areas, Orlando, Tampa, Dade, Broward, and all of these specific areas where There are big Democrat-held populations and what we're going to do in the I-4 corridor and all the analysis that goes on. But there's one thing that has been consistent until now. Democrats have always had the numbers in registered voters in the state as opposed to Republicans. Well, guess what? Since 2008 to today, it went from 700,000 more registered voters in the state to just 23,000. That means that quite possibly by the time 22 rolls around, and even 24, the way things are going, for the first time in the history of the state, there will be more registered Republicans than Democrats. And people are noticing. And when you hear that, the first reaction is, that's awesome. That's great. Second reaction should be, Democrats aren't going to sit and take that. Democrats are not going to sit and take that. They are not going to allow that to be the case. So what are they going to do? It's outreach. We're going to get out there. Yeah? You think? Sure hasn't been working since 2008. Now, I'm not suggesting that there may be some shenanigans going on in the state that would have to do with voting and some irregularities and some concerns that people have about that, because that's what Democrats do. You know, voting irregularity, it's like in parentheses right after Democrats. It's like part of the program when you go and you sit to and hear Democrats speak. It's like ingrained. It's what they. I know it's an outrageous thing to say, but I'm telling you that there is some evidence to that, and not just in faraway places like Orlando and Tampa, but even questions about things that are happening here in Southwest Florida. Just that there is an attempt. I'll explain coming up. We'll have more. All right, we got to do this. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Hey, you, I'm looking at you. Well, I mean, if you're at drewsteele.com, I'm looking at you. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. Why not call right now and you can play, you can win Drew's College. It'll be a lot of fun. You'll impress your friends, your family. Maybe you're at work or you're with the kids. Impress them. Impress yourself. Impress me. Impress Jake of all. So give us a call right now. All right, Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Let's find out what's going on right now. Here's Taylor.
Good Thursday morning. I have a major crash coming off I-75 heading southbound near mile marker 154. We have total roadblock going southbound. Lots of red zones. Speed slowing down to at least 21 miles per hour. So if you are heading down from Charlotte County into Lee County, expect significant delays. A few more details we have was a pickup truck and semi involved with injuries. MedFlight was initially on scene and transported one person with serious injury. So if you're headed that way, expect significant backups. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, other than a few showers throughout our coastal zones for the rest of this morning. Look out for more scattered thunderstorms drifting primarily from west to east throughout this afternoon. Heavy rain, lightning, especially possible for our inland zones and along I-75, with temperatures reaching near 90 degrees. We cool things down to 74 as we get into your Friday morning. Few showers possible again in the morning, with more scattered thunderstorms for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. Restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
Presented by LeMace RV of Fort Myers. Get out and go to the RV show at Lee Civic Center. Go for top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Integra, and more. Go for a massive selection of motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Go for huge discounts on every RV in the show. Go for free admission and parking. Go to RVShowUSA.com. Then get out and go to the air-conditioned RV show at Lee Civic Center in Fort Myers, starting Thursday.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College. All right, let's go to Charlie. Charlie's in Cape Coral. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hello. It's me. Is that you?
It's me.
I'm here. Are you there?
I'm here.
All right, good. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Charlie, who was the vice president of the United States in the year 2018?
2018 would have been Pence.
Yeah, that is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. Let's see if we get a bachelor's degree on this question. Before he was president, Dwight Eisenhower was a general. What war was he in?
I want to say Korea.
He's in World War II. World War II. He was the general there. World War II. All right. Well, let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who drafted the United States Declaration of Independence? Who drafted that?
That would be Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Okay, how about this one? The former governor of the state of Florida who ran against Donald Trump for the 2016 presidential nomination. You know who that is, right?
Yes, Jeb Bush.
That is correct, sir. All right, well, good job. You had a little bit of a tiny little thing, hiccup there, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're back. So you got yourself a master's degree. Very impressive. And whatever it is that you're doing today, you're on your way to work, you're at work, you're in the car. Where are you, sir?
I'm just sitting in a driveway waiting for my granddaughter to do her job.
Awesome. Okay. Waiting for her to do her job. All right. I won't ask what that is because we don't have enough time. We can go into details some other time. All right. But Charlie, listen, thanks for calling. I appreciate you.
Yep. I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you and everybody. And I even appreciate Jake. Appreciations all around.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Leftists make you fret? Check out rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News. Even the left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
Where is he? I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Law enforcement will be out searching again today for Brian Laundrie, a missing person of interest in Gabby Petito's death. Her body found in Wyoming after he left her out west and came home from a cross-country trip alone.
I can feel what the parents feel because I lost a daughter 5 years ago, so I know what they feel like.
She is in Blue Point, New York, Petito's hometown, where blue ribbons line streets. As for the search, Fox's Evan Brown is live in Florida.
Yeah, Dave, no one has seen Brian Laundrie since September 14th, when his parents say he went hiking in the nearby Carlton Reserve. After returning home from that road trip alone, police have spent days searching that expansive wilderness by boat and buggy.
We are trying to cover every acre in this preserve. It's rough out there, it's hot, it's wet.
Northport, Florida Police Commander Joe Fussell. Laundrie is Gabby Petito's boyfriend, but also still a person of interest in her killing, though police have not used the term suspect, Dave.
Evan, the FDA has signed off on Pfizer's COVID vaccine boosters, third doses for those 65 and older and younger people with health issues and people with jobs, putting them at higher COVID risk.
Meanwhile, a CDC advisory committee on immunization practices has been discussing the boosters, hoping to recommend how to proceed with the Pfizer shots. Some panelists feel the vaccines now are enough, while others fear confusion from Moderna and Johnson & Johnson recipients who, for now, can't get extra protection.
Fox's Gernal Scott, that CDC discussion continues today. The camp of migrants under a bridge in Del Rio, Texas, down from 15 to 5,000. Some have been flown back, angering Democrats like Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley.
The Biden administration must immediately halt all deportations of Haitian migrants.
Some of those Haitians are being allowed into the U.S. President Biden keeps negotiating with his fellow Democrats in Congress as progressives balk at a plan to vote on infrastructure before a $3.5 trillion spending plan. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Thursday morning. I have a major crash coming off I-75 heading southbound near mile marker 154. We have total roadblock going southbound. Lots of red zones. Speed slowing down to at least 21 miles per hour. So if you are heading down from Charlotte County into Lee County, expect significant delays. A few more details we have was a pickup truck and semi involved with injuries. MedFlight was initially on scene and transported one person with serious injury. So if you're headed that way, expect significant backups. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wertz, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday. Look out for a few showers closer to our coastal areas throughout this morning, then scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon. We should see the highest chance for storms mainly east of I-75 for our inland areas, though a few will be possible across I-75 and maybe even closer to the coast. Temperatures today pushing near 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, that storm chance begins to wind down, but once again, a few showers will be possible to kick off the day for your Friday. First near the coast, scattered thunderstorms again for the afternoon as we rinse and repeat with the high of 91 degrees. We keep it the chance for scattered storms into the start of the weekend, a little bit drier for Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past.
Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-Shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
Sales desk, this is Marty.
Hey, Marty, it's time to get paid.
Paid for what?
Paid for your trade.
Okay.
Victory Lane Chevrolet is paying over book value for trades, and Florida drivers are cashing in.
They're paying over book value for trades. I get it, okay.
Correctamundo, Marty. Used car values are worth more than ever. It really is the best time to trade.
Why would I pay over book value? Tell me that.
Well, why do you overcharge customers for new Chevys?
I don't overcharge.
Okay. Enjoy your new Silverado, ma'am. Get paid for your trade at Victory Lane Chevrolet and get over book value for your trade.
Plus, during Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on select new Chevys at Victory Lane Chevrolet.
On the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% equals $13.89 per thousand finance with approved credit on select models. Expires 9/30/21.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it. Guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career, including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East, would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast just by typing in Drew Steele to your favorite search engine, or you can go to the website, and right there's a link. I can confidently say that there is something that Congressman Byron Donalds has done that the President of the United States has not. I kind of assumed that this was the case. I think it was confirmed yesterday, and I wonder if he probably already knows where I'm going with this. First of all, Congressman, good morning.
Morning, Drew, but I don't know where you're going.
Okay.
So I'm interested to hear it myself.
Okay, good. You've been to the border. You've been to the border multiple times. Apparently the president hasn't been there ever.
No, the president has not been to the border, definitely during this stint of his elected status.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when's the last time he's been to the border, to be honest with you. Maybe when he was vice president. I don't know. Maybe when he was a senator. I don't know. I mean, he was a senator for like forever.
Yeah.
So maybe he went down there at some point. But one thing is clear is that Joe Biden does not want to talk about this. I think he snarled like reporters walking somewhere. It was like, We're going to fix it soon. And he kind of just stormed off. I mean, listen, I'm talking with Democrats now, elected Democrats, not rank and file Dems. They know how bad this is. They'll never say it publicly, but they understand that Joe Biden's the worst president in American history. We're way past the James Buchanan stuff. This stuff is awful. When they make an announcement yesterday that they are now going to place Haitian illegal immigrants in Guantanamo Bay, this is one of the reports that came out yesterday. I read this like, are you kidding me? We don't hold terrorists in Guantanamo Bay anymore. Now, look, I don't think illegal immigration is good. People should not be coming to the country illegally. We should be deporting people immediately when they come here illegally. But to send people to Guantanamo Bay, where we won't even send terrorists anymore, this is an administration that is completely in disaster mode. They don't know what crisis they want to fix first. But the problem is the reason why they can't fix any of their stuff is because you have the most radical people who are running the show. Right. And radical progressive policy, this is what happens when it's implemented. This is what you get. This is what you see.
Yeah. It sure feels like, and, maybe you can speak to this, but it sure feels like when you have the DHS secretary on Capitol Hill telling everybody, look, the plan's in place, everything's fine, the border's secure, that he's confidently saying this, and people are looking like, how could you even say this? When there are issues when it comes to the trillions of dollars that are getting ready to be voted on and the spending that wants to be done and the back and forth between Democrats of how they're going to pull all of this off and one radical side that's saying it's all or nothing, that people look at this and say, well, I see an administration that maybe doesn't have a problem with moving through with all of this because that is their agenda. The agenda is not one that's going to give you a positive when it comes to our values and the Constitution and the rule of law. Quite the contrary, that there are too many forces that are pushing against that. It feels like that's not the direction they want to be.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Drew. What's going on in Capitol Hill with this spending bill is they have real serious problems keeping all the Democrats together. Yeah. To be honest, the progressives don't trust the moderates. The moderates don't want to vote for this $3.5 trillion monstrosity because they're looking at that as it's outrageous, especially in light of how everything else has gone in the agenda. If they did this probably Joe Biden's first 20 days, it probably would have passed and went through. Yeah. At this point, because of his complete and utter failure, it's that line that I forgot who said it. Oh, it's the line that Darth Vader said in The Empire Strikes Back about Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like now his failure is complete. Joe Biden's failure is complete. The Democrats know this, so he can't keep them together. Listen, they were at the White House yesterday trying to hammer out this deal and trying to get everybody on the same page. They're still not on the same page. I'm not even sure if they're going to be able to vote for this thing. But the reality is that he's been a disaster. They know it. They vote for this thing, they're going to owe it. So now you have people like Joe Scarborough this morning are basically saying, well, you're all on the same team. You just have to win. You just have to get it done. This is the talking points from reporters in D.C. now. They're like, it doesn't matter how much it is. It doesn't matter what the deal is. You just have to win. You just have to get it done. Because if you don't get it done, oh, my gosh, you're going to give a win to Kevin McCarthy and those insurrectionists in the other side, any other party. I mean, this is the insanity of D.C. right now.
All right. Wait, hold on a second. I have to reach into my pocket here, Jake. I have to give Jake $1. He bet me that you would say Obi-Wan Kenobi this morning. I took the bet. All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was, sometimes we do
we
that.
need him. He's our only hope right now. Tell me Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean,
Isn't that the truth? Oh, man. All right. And speaking of Democrats, Capitol Hill, what they see, the laundry list that everybody sees of the disaster that is, as people are describing, the worst president in history. And we all know COVID and border crisis and everything else. We can go down the list and inflation and the like. It comes the heels of the story that people are talking about here in the state. And I wonder what your perspective is on the fact that, hey, listen, we are Republicans are getting ready to flip something here in the state for the first time which is registered Republicans. I dare I say that there are people that maybe are coming to the state that are registering now that realize what a disaster the Democrat Party has been. They see it now on full display.
Well, I think one of the fallouts we've seen, especially during COVID, is obviously everybody's been moving to Florida as quickly as they could. When I was taking a look at the California recall with Gavin Newsom, one of the things you notice is that the margins were like bigger than people thought they would be. People forget California has been depopulating for the last 3 years. And who's actually been leaving California? Yeah, sure, you probably have some Dems who've left California, but you've had a lot of Republicans, a lot of conservatives who are just fed up and sick of it, and they're over it. Yeah. And they've fled. Same thing in New York, and they've come here. They've come to Florida. I know Governor DeSantis a few months ago said, well, we're looking at voter registration of people moving into the state, and it's actually trending Republican pretty solid. So he didn't think people moving here was going to be a problem. Now the report about we're going to overtake the Democrats in registration is proof positive of that. Listen, the Democrat agenda is a disaster, but the one beautiful thing about Florida is that Floridians have realized this for 25 years. We've kept consistent Republican/conservative leadership in our state. I don't want to say it's always been conservative because Charlie Crist was our governor at one point in time. Remember that, folks. Yeah. But that being said, we've had consistent Republican/conservative leadership in our state. And that's why we're the best state in the country. That's why people are moving to our state more than any other state in the country. Because, first of all, you have a great business climate. You're pretty much free to do what you want and live your life. And, oh, by the way, we got beaches. I mean, what else do you want?
Yeah. And maybe you might even want to comment on this because, with all the positive things that people see in the state of Florida and many people who are leaving coming here because, look, they're going to, if they don't realize it once they show up here and they are here living and working and understand what it is tangibly that we have that they can see and feel the benefits of living in the state of Florida. There are Democrats and there are forces that are trying to do anything and everything they can to make the governor look bad, to make the state look bad. And this is the long game, everybody. This isn't something that's just 22. This is something that they're going to play for good. And even with the monoclonal antibodies, and maybe you can even comment on that. That situation to me was an absolute, it was outrageous what happened with that situation. And maybe you can speak to that because talk about politics being where it shouldn't be. You're talking about saving lives. It's an outrage.
It is a complete disgrace by this president. I know that there's people on the other side of the aisle who were like, what? He's doing what to our state? And this is the problem. Because, to be frank, Ron DeSantis has actually done a tremendous job with respect to COVID-19. Nobody was even talking about Regeneron 2 months ago, Drew. He's the one with his medical team that said, here's treatments that are available. The federal government has stockpiles of them. Nobody was using them until Ron DeSantis started using them. And it has actually done wonders to help us move through Delta variant in the state of Florida. If you look right now today, as much as they were talking about 3 weeks ago, oh my gosh, Florida's melting down with COVID cases, the media doesn't even mention Florida anymore. Do you know why? Because our case numbers have dropped dramatically. Our ICUs are starting to empty out again, although we do have still people who are in there who are battling the worst effects of COVID-19. But he's done a tremendous job. And at the same time, we've watched Joe Biden's presidency implode. So he's been trying to find anything to hang his hat on. This monoclonal antibody thing, I think he thought this was going to be a win because they ran around saying, oh, it's going to be equitable distribution. But people are looking at him like, are you crazy? If I'm in any one of the other 49 states, I just want to get those antibody treatments when I need them. I don't want the president deciding how he's going to tranche them out. That doesn't help me no matter what state I live in. He needs to be able to respond to the needs from a medical perspective because of the treatment and the way that contract is written where the federal government buys all the material. Yeah. So if you're going to buy all the material, which is what the contract says, then you need to disperse them as needed, not based upon how you feel or equity or whatever other nonsense you're talking about, because equity is not going to keep people alive. Those antibody treatments will.
Yeah, no, that's an important point. Great point. All right, Congressman, listen, I always appreciate a few minutes of your time. We love our Thursdays hanging out with you, and so does the audience. So they appreciate you being here, and I do as well. And I'll see you next week.
All right. See you, Drew.
All right, see you. 239-479-5592. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, I do have to play this audio coming up. Again, I talked about this. what's going on college campuses when it comes to free speech? And also, what are teachers saying specifically when it comes to teaching CRT and how they're figuring out ways to get around it? I'm going to play some audio so you're aware of what they're doing, because you got to make sure it's not happening at a school near you. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Taylor's got it. Let's find out what's happening right now.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Taking a look at our roads in Cape Coral. We have a vehicle crash on Del Prado Boulevard South and Cape Coral Parkway. I should note this is near Cape Coral Elementary School and is causing significant backup on both Del Prado and Cape Coral Parkway. Speed slowing down as much as 7 miles per hour. So be sure to expect delays if you are headed that way. Speaking of delays, that big roadblock we had on I-75 heading southbound from Charlotte County has been cleared, so things looking really good there. Conditions improving. If you are headed that way, should be smooth sailing from now on. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Thursday, Southwest Florida, other than a few showers throughout our coastal zones for the rest of this morning. Look out for more scattered thunderstorms drifting primarily from west to east throughout this afternoon. Heavy rain, lightning, especially possible for our inland zones and along I-75, with temperatures reaching near 90 degrees. We cool things down to 74 as we head into your Friday morning. A few showers possible again in the morning, with more scattered thunderstorms for your Friday afternoon. I'm Wink News with Authority Meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that President Trump is not the first president to call Florida home? That honor belongs to Florida's first territorial governor and America's 7th president, Andrew Jackson. Jackson was a true badass. He's the youngest prisoner of war in U.S. history. He was 14. He once refused to clean the boots of a British officer and was slashed in the face with a sword. He carried that scar for the rest of his life, along with 2 bullets from multiple duels. He's the only orphan to become president and the first president to survive an assassination attempt. Jackson advocated for states' rights, limited federal power, and term limits. He had great faith in the American people. In many ways, he was ahead of his time, but in every way, he was a true Florida man. This is Spencer Roach with a page of history from our great national story and a reminder that we all have a part to play in writing the next chapter. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda, CIGFlorida.com.
Hello, I'm Dave Harmer, owner of First Class Air Conditioning. Since 1977, we've been pretty selective when it comes to hiring new people. We take special pride in the craftsmen we train and employ. If you're an experienced HVAC professional, consider joining us. With a 40-year track record, we're here for the long haul. Call today, 574-2500, and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First Class Air Conditioning.
Right, all along.
All right, did you hear this? This is, see, you know, it's sports. Sometimes sports and singing shouldn't mix, Jake. Did you hear this?
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd.
You hear this?
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back.
This is,
so let's root,
you know,
root the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame.
that's not the melody.
Three strikes here.
Okay, it's Conor McGregor. You know who Conor McGregor is? Isn't he the MMA fighting dude, right? Conor McGregor? Yeah, that's for some reason they decided that he was going to the seventh inning stretch, and he also threw the baseball out, and then he almost hit somebody in the upper deck. Like that's what it was. It was awful, all the way around.
Well, now that you say it was Connor, I think it was magnificent. It was excellent.
Why? Well, because there's that fear that, yeah, okay, is that what it is? You're worried that he might try to find out where you live and hunt you down?
Put his hands on me. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, okay. There you go,
That's
tough guy.
what you're saying.
There you go, tough guy. Okay, tough guy.
I'm doing
Okay. Hey, speaking of looking for you and finding you, this is something that people are talking about, how to blur your house on Google. They're like, you might want to do this. A little privacy goes a long way. And so people are telling you, and I guess there's this thing that they just put out, Mashable had it, about how to cover up your house. Like, you should be doing that. Like, you don't have to have it on full display for Google and the whole world to see. You know, you could blur it out. Did you know that you could do that?
No clue.
Okay. I guess there are ways to do it. Like on Google Street View. You know, because you see weird stuff sometimes on Google Street View. Like you'll be looking for some kind of business or a person's house that you're going to visit, and then there's like some dude in the middle of the street that's dressed like a chicken or something weird like that. Or it's worse than that.
It does.
Yeah. I mean, there are pretty bad things. But
questionable things have been captured.
Yeah, I guess since they launched it, they also have ways to blur it out. I'm looking at it here, and I still don't know how. Oh, there it is. Okay. And you could actually do it in Google to go to the maps, and then you can, I guess there's some kind of thing you can drag around your house and just, you have to request it. You request the blurring, and then.
I was going to start blurring everybody.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Google, can you blur my house? Is that okay? Yeah, we'll get back to you on that.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News. You've waited for the right deals, the lowest prices, and absolute best offers. Get them all now. During an event so massive, it can only happen at Sutherland. The total used car clearance at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. The biggest used car event of the year. Thursday through Sunday. Over 500 used vehicles. Get payments from $99 a month. $37 down delivers. Prices from $39.98. Guaranteed credit approval. At Sutherland, Florida's #1 dealer. It's the total used car clearance. Shop largest selection of used cars. Your opportunity to buy for $99 a month with used car prices from $39.98. Absolute best offers. Massive savings. This truly is the savings event you've been waiting for, but hurry. It's through Sunday only at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car mega store. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much. See dealer for details.
Still
Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden's been meeting with Democrats in Congress about moving forward with spending on infrastructure and social programs, and there's a possible government shutdown coming at the end of the month and then possible debt default.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says it's up to Democrats to increase the borrowing limit.
This is a totally Democratic government.
Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says it's Republicans threatening a devastating default by refusing to increase a limit on debt they supported.
It's the Trump debt that we now must pay.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
It's another day of searching a park in Florida for Brian Laundrie. His girlfriend, Gabby Petito, was found dead in Wyoming.
They are utilizing dive teams and sonar technology to search waist-deep water, that on top of cadaver dogs, ATVs, drones, and water buggies to help search teams navigate the 25,000-acre nature reserve.
Fox's Charles Watson. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Taking a look at our roads in Cape Coral, we have a vehicle crash on Del Prado Boulevard South and Cape Coral Parkway. I should note this is near Cape Coral Elementary School and is causing significant backup on both Del Prado and Cape Coral Parkway. Speed slowing down as much as 7 miles per hour, so be sure to expect delays if you are headed that way. Speaking of delays, that big roadblock we had on I-75 heading southbound from Charlotte County has been cleared, so things looking really good there. Conditions improving. If you are headed that way, should be smooth sailing from now on. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Thursday. Look out for a few showers closer to our coastal areas throughout this morning, then scattered thunderstorms for the afternoon. We should see the highest chance for storms mainly east of I-75 for inland areas, though a few will be possible across I-75 and maybe even closer to the coast. Temperatures today pushing near 90 degrees. As we head into tonight, that storm chance begins to wind down, but once again, a few showers will be possible to kick off the day for your Friday. First near the coast, scattered thunderstorms again for the afternoon as we rinse and repeat with the high of 91 degrees. We keep it the chance for scattered storms into the start of the weekend, a little bit drier for Sunday. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Florida's climate allows us to spend a lot of time out of doors. But if you're working in the yard, be sure to stay safe. When trimming trees or vegetation, always carefully look first for power lines. You can be seriously injured or killed if you or anything you are touching comes in contact with a power line. Remember, always stay at least 10 feet away from neighborhood power lines and 30 feet away from larger power lines. A safety first reminder from Florida Power and Light and this station.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air of Southwest Florida. We know it's stressful when your air conditioner breaks down. Now when the time comes to replace your system, you don't have to sacrifice your vacation budget to pay for it. Because for a limited time, Island Air is including a cruise vacation voucher when you replace your heating and cooling system. This is a limited time offer, so if your AC is on its last leg and you aren't sure if it will make it through the summer, then don't delay and call Island Air today.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations. Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
We are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system, redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world. Find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. The talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch and subscribe to the podcast. It's very simple. There's a link there at the website, or you can just type in Drew Steele to any of your favorite locations, and we appreciate you doing that. Oh, boy, kids, are you in for a treat today? Tomorrow, Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, usually on with us at 8:35 on Fridays. It swings us into the weekend with joy, laughter, fun, serious tears. We cry, we hug, we kibitz, we do all of this. But no, he won't be with us tomorrow. But that's not the fun part. The fun part is that he's with us today. So he's coming into. So this is a treat, quite a treat today. So it's like having Friday early.
It is, and if possible, if it is doable, I will try and join you tomorrow. But right now, it's not looking good because I'm headed to Boston. It's wicked. It's a wicked piss of what's happening in Boston.
All right, tell everybody why you're going. Go ahead.
The Laver Cup. My nephew's playing in the Laver Cup. He's one of 2 Americans on the world team chosen by John McEnroe. So hopefully we'll see some good tennis. We'll have some good cuisine. The Opelka family will be hanging out together. It's always good times.
By the way, in case you don't know, it's Riley Opelka, who is the incoming rising star in the tennis world. Seriously, he really is. I mean, he's
number 19 in the world, highest ranked American, and a good kid overall.
That is awesome. He's fun to watch.
And a Florida resident. He's over there on the other side there.
Okay. All right. We don't blame him. That's okay. Listen, he'll come back. He'll come to the good side. Soon.
He will.
Who knows? You never know. All right. Let's move on from here. There's a lot to discuss. Hey,
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
what?
sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm just tired. I was up so late last night.
Why?
Why? Why? Listen to you. Why?
Well, no, I'm serious. Why were you up so late? I know how you are, and you're like constantly 24/7 in the news cycle, and typically you give yourself some time late night to get some rest so that you can get up early and do shows like this and your own and other things going on. So why in the world would you stay up late? What would be worth staying up for?
Oh, last night was we have no Planet B, no Plan B. It was comedy night and climate night on the late night comedy shows. How could you not stay up all night?
That was last night?
Yeah. Apparently you missed the memo.
Yeah, I did. So what do you have audio or what was that like?
I got nothing, but I want to make fun of it.
Okay.
Torture's still illegal in America, right?
Yes.
Okay. If I were to play the audio, you would get FCC complaints because you had John Kerry on the late night shows talking about the climate emergency.
Of course.
You had Jane Goodall, who does incredible work with the primates, right? The ape lady. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't tune into late night television to be lectured about planting trees and how much better I'll feel if I go plant a tree tomorrow. We've had Arbor Day in this country for 90 years, as long as Jane Goodall's been around.
Yeah, we got lots of trees. Everything's fully good.
Well, we can still play. You can always plant another tree, but you don't need to take the late night comedy shows and turn them into a wine fest. And you had Jimmy Kimmel talking about the emergency, but you had all of them. You had 8 of them. And Samantha Bee, who whenever I hear somebody go, "Are you watching Full Frontal with Samantha Bee?" I'm thinking, is that still on? It's like
she's still around.
It's like the WNBA, right? That's still a thing.
They still play.
So yeah, is that a deal? So Samantha Bee even did a promo. I'll give you a little bit of her promo to tell you how important it was.
Okay.
Sam? Oh, Sam.
Hey, it's me, Sam B. Tonight on the show, we're teaming up with some of the other late night shows to draw attention to climate change. For one night only, Late Night is taking a break from playing beer pong with the cast of Ocean's 18 to address the fact that the oceans are rising. Join us for our very special Climate Night episode tonight, 10:30, TBS.
And
whatever.
they wonder why people aren't watching that show.
Because it's really that's what you.
She said.
Did any of the other hosts have an introduction? Did Kimmel or anybody else? Did they do one of their
the night before? Jimmy Kimmel closed his show by giving a little something here.
So what's happening tomorrow is we're teaming up with our friends and colleagues for what we're calling Climate Night, which is a special multi-network effort. My fellow late night hosts, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, James Corden.
So if there are 8 names, and he has to look down at a piece of paper to read them.
But wait. I hear Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Greg Gutfeld.
Greg Gutfeld didn't make it.
Greg Gutfeld. Greg Gutfeld didn't make the cut, did he? I wonder why.
No. There's speculation that Gutfeld may have planted the seed for these dopes to go further into the abyss of their sadness routine so that he can be the funny guy that will beat the tar out of all of them.
He's doing it anyway, right? I mean, he's...
yeah, he is. Yeah. He's crushing it. But here's my take on this.
Yeah.
This is so stupid. A couple of things. Aside from it being just morose, the whole thing was such a Debbie Downer night.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just say, okay, we're going to make a statement on climate. We're not going to do a show tonight. There's just going to be a blank screen. and we're not going to have people driving their cars to the over air conditioned studio, which the carbon footprint of these shows collectively has got to be close to John Kerry's jet when he goes to get a Slurpee somewhere.
Right.
So this really is crazy. And I think we should take the show because they're not posting a lot of clips from it. Usually Twitter's just buried with clips from these shows. They're not posting clips from it, because it's not funny.
Right.
But I'd like to take the clips and put laugh tracks underneath them.
Yeah.
Like John Kerry going, 1.5 degree temperature rise. And it just have old people go,
Yeah, like that.
It would be good. Or maybe we get some actual comics to do climate like your mama jokes, when your mama passes gas, the temperature goes up 2 degrees.
God. Yeah. There you go. Give it that
So we
kind-
could do it. But I just think this is one of the dumbest things ever. If they really want to do something, all they wanted to do was say, hey, Greg Gutfeld's kicking our butt. Shine the light on us.
Yeah, right. That's true.
It's I would have called it virtue signaling night. They should do one virtue signaling segment a night, and then they could get their woke bona fides, as they say.
Hey, speaking of dumb virtue signaling, how about John Kerry sitting down with Bloomberg yesterday when they were asking a question about solar panels, and the concerns about everything going on there and getting the products from China. And listen to this exchange.
Another issue related to China is importing of solar panels, because clearly a priority of the Biden administration is really addressing climate, but it's not the only priority. There are other things as well, such as the Uyghur situation in the West. What is the process by which one trades off climate against human rights?
Well, life is always full of tough choices.
Life is always full of tough choices. So sometimes, you got to have the solar panel. So, a couple of hundreds of thousands of people, they get killed, they die, they're in camps. It's a trade-off. We got to do the right thing here, Mike Opelka.
Do we want solar panels or forced sterilization?
Come on, people.
Give me a chance to come on, get it together. And let's not even talk about the recycling of the windmill blades, which they just have to be buried now because they can't be recycled. It is insane. Although, have you talked about the electric bicycle bonus?
The electric bicycle. Well, I see a lot of them in my neighborhood lately. I'm seeing more and more of these electric bikes. I mean, there's a bonus for what? Do you get money? What am I missing here?
My Tesla, when I bought my Tesla, I got a $7,500 tax credit from the government for being a good citizen.
Yeah.
And I got $3,500 in cash from the state of Delaware.
What?
They give you a full-on rebate. I got a check from the state of Delaware, and I got a $7,500 tax reduction on my income taxes that year. So I got $11,000 in benefits 2.5-3 years ago when I bought my Tesla, and these are supposed to expire. The Democrats are trying to do two things. Number one, they're trying to increase that stimulus, that tax break, from $7,500 to I think it's $11,000 or $12,000, as long as the electric vehicles bought from a union-built shop. So Honda and Toyota are getting a giant middle finger from their plants here in America. Volvo has a plant here in America making electric cars. I think BMW does too. Those cars won't get the stimulus that the unions who build cars will get. It'll be 40% higher, I believe. That's in the multi-trillion-dollar bill. Also in there, riding a bike is good for you, right?
Sure it is.
Yeah, we're out there riding a bike. It's good for your heart, good for your health, etc. And the government's trying to get more people to ride bikes, but they want to ride electric bikes. And I'm thinking, what?
Yes.
So there's now a rebate for people who buy electric bikes in this bill. They're proposing, I think it's $400 or $500 if you buy one of them fancy electric bikes.
Yeah.
And what do we use to charge those electric bikes?
Foot power, right? Isn't it? You
No,
pedal.
to
and
charge you have to plug them in.
Oh.
So we need the coal-fired power plants to charge the electric bikes that we're paying people to use because we want to be environmentally conscious, when if they just rode the damn bike, they would be not creating any additional carbon. This is the perfect example of kakistocracy, government by the worst possible people. Let's create a stimulus that encourages people not to ride bikes, but to buy bikes we have to charge. And then we can't recycle the batteries either. Those two things are why I'm totally against all this Green New Deal stimulus bill, et cetera.
A couple of things I want to get to before we finish out here. First of all, did you see the interview with Bill Gates?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Can I play this? Can I play this audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Please.
Set it up for everybody, and then let me play the audio.
It's PBS, which is a shock that PBS would be actually having journalism happen.
Right.
And Judy Woodruff interviewing the third or fourth richest man in the world, Bill Gates, about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And, I've said I regretted having those dinners. And there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead. So, in general, you always have to be careful.
Yeah. And
it
then
was the most uncomfortable face I've ever seen. He holding his head like, well, he's dead? What does that mean?
Well, and if you watch, he's fiddling with his ring finger, the one that used to have the wedding ring, which doesn't have it anymore. It's like that was his nervous tick, his tell. When he's nervous, he doesn't have the ring there, but he's still messing with the finger. He's still twisting it like it's there, like there's a ghost ring. That was the third time Judy Woodruff went back to the trough on that question. That was the amazing thing. She asked him first about it. She said, hey, your first dinner with him was right after he had been convicted of having sex with a minor. You want to talk about that? And he's kind of like, yeah, I've already apologized for that. And he rambled on for 30 seconds. She came back to it. That question you just played was the third time she went back to the well.
Wow.
And he finally figured out right after he said, well, you got to be careful. He finally went, but by the way, we've given a lot of money to charity. The foundation has given he finally remembered the misdirection play that you're supposed to run.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
that was great.
And
great.
Speaking of things that were said yesterday and that may have been uncomfortable for some folks, the boy king there up in Canada, Justin Trudeau, talking about. Well, I'll let you hear what he said yesterday when addressing an issue with regards to a specific community.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus kids' rights.
I love the assistant.
Yeah,
LGBTQ.
Yes. Come on. You should have this. This should be easy.
Now you know why I always say the LGBTQRSTUV coalition.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous. It's just say the people who think differently. The gender focused people.
The gender focused folks.
Yeah, those people.
Those
Speaking of gender, how about the ACLU? The people who fight for free speech, the people who fight for the First Amendment, the people who fight liberty, taking the First Amendment away from Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, that's a whole story. That's a little bit of an issue. You want to explain that quickly? That might be how we finish out here.
It's we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's passing, and the ACLU decided to honor her, and I'm using air quotes with my fingers, by posting a quote from the late Justice Ginsburg saying the decision whether or not to bear a child is central to a woman's life, to her well-being and dignity. And when government controls that decision for women, women are being treated as less than a full adult human responsible for their own choices. Well, they took out the woman references and hers and just put in there and person.
Oh, no.
Absolutely. Epic fail du jour. Somebody's going, well, what we meant to do was honor Ruth Bader Ginsburg, but you've called attention to just the ridiculousness of what you guys are doing. You're a political arm and not actually fighting for free speech.
Yeah. All right. I hear the music. We got to go. What a treat. A Thursday treat. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com. And we always appreciate having him on. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. We don't know. It's a little tease. We might get a double dose of the Opelka this week. We don't know.
We'll see. And people, we don't plan these segments, and it shows.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have to. Okay, we got to go. Okay.
Love you.
All
Mean
right.
it.
See you later. All right. So let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up today with Wink News.